Helge Michel and Adrian Doerk from main Incubator.
So, hello everyone. My name is Helge Michael and I'm working for the main Incubator. And I'm also heading the IDunion consortia. Yeah, maybe you have heard of it. We are one of the biggest consortia here in Germany that are implementing self-sovereign identity. Yeah, our presentation is about developments in digital and self-determined identity in Germany. Maybe you have noticed it. We have written self-determined identities. So that's probably the same, but we think self-determined fits better and is a better word because the user decides on its own what he should do with credentials. And we think self-sovereign is not the right wording here. But as you know, that's the definition everyone uses. So maybe you don't know, we have talked a lot about self-sovereign identity, but Germany is somehow in the epicentrum of self-sovereign identity. And that is not because we are technology leaders, but because we have the highest density of use cases and also of institutions which are willing to implement SSI implementations. And that is really mainly driven by the German government, because the German government has decided to foster a lot of identity projects in Germany and has started its own identity project. And we would like to give you a short overview about the existing projects and also about what we are doing in IDunion and Lissi. Lissi is also a project where we in Main Incubator are responsible for, where we build wallets and SSI solutions. Yeah, we have structured our presentation into, we give a short update about showcases, secure digital identities. That's the fostering project by the Ministry of Economics in Germany. Then we would like to give a short update on IDunion, what we are doing in our project. We would give an update on the German EID Ecosystem that started at the end of last year. And then later on, I would like to hand over to my colleague Adrian, and he will like to introduce you Lissi and also give you a short demo if we have the time at the end of our presentation. Starting with Showcase Secure Digital Identities. That is a project, or it was a competition that was started in 2020. So the German government and Ministry of Economics, we asked several projects and consortia to show or to develop new concepts for digital identity management here in Germany. That was not only about SSI concept, but was also about traditional identity management concepts, for example, like OpenID Connect. And 19 projects applied for the fostering. And at the end of the day, 11 projects made it and were able to receive a 6 months grant by the German Ministry of Economics, and were able to build different concepts. And at the end of this period, at the end of the competition phase, we were able to pitch our concept to the German government. And at the end of the day, 3 different projects are now in the implementation phase, which will or has already started in April, and the duration is 3 years. And the aim is really bring SSI into production, have a lot of use cases into production with a lot of inhabitants in Germany which are able to use SSI wallets and SSI identity solutions. And in total, 90 million euro will be invested. Nearly half of them came from the German government and half of them are from the private sector here. If you would like to receive more information on that, on the right-hand side, there's a QR code, where you can see a link where you can receive more information on that. Here's an overview about the 3 projects that will go into the implementation phase. The first project is the IDunion project. I will give you more information in a minute. We have also a project that's called Once. It's a project that's headed by the German Bundesdruckerei. So German Bundesdruckerei, they are issuing the German EID and also printing the money. For those of you who are not familiar with Bundesdruckerei, in this consortia, there are currently 39 partners, and we would like to implement 20 use cases. And the main focus is to integrate the German EID function. And maybe you have heard of it. There's an Optimus project bringing the German EID onto the wallet, and we would like to combine it with SSI credentials, so that we really have a strong secure infrastructure combining the advantages of a German EID with advantages of self-sovereign identity. And the rollout regions here are Hessen and also North Rhine-Westphalia. And the third project, it's called Ideal, with 41 different partners with 25 use cases. And their main focus is to really develop a trust framework which is able to handle a lot of different DID methods and identity frameworks. As you know, there are currently more than 40 different DID methods. And bringing all of them together is really difficult because currently, if you, for example, using a Yodocom wallet and using a Lissi wallet, it's not possible to exchange credentials. And our aim is really building a trust framework, having interoperability between all the different solutions. And where rollout regions are mainly in Saxony, so biggest towns here are Dresden and Leipzig. And the aim of all this project, or at the end of the day, is that we all work together. And in 3 years, we have one common self-summer identity framework, which could be used in over 120 different use cases. So that's really huge if you compare it, because in other countries, self-summer identity is an issue but mainly, only a few use cases. And here in Germany, we are currently implementing more than 120 different use cases. And that's really why I'm calling it the epicentrum of self-summer identity. Coming to our IDunion project, it's the project what mainly Adrian and I am running together with our partners. And here you can see we are currently more than 40 partners. And you can see there's financial institutions like Commerzbank, like Deutsche Bank, ING, but also German saving banks are part of it. We have industrial partners like Bosch, Siemens, BMW, and also very important, we also have public sector partners. For example, the Ministry of Economics and Innovation in North Rhine-Westphalia is part of our consortia, the City of Berlin, the City of Cologne, and also the Federal Bureau for Migration and Refugees were also part of it. And our common goal is really building an ecosystem for self-summer identities. And that's what you can see here. So you can see the ecosystem is built on Hyperledger Aries and Hyperledger Indy technologies. Maybe some of you are familiar with it. That are identity frameworks that are hosted by the Linux Foundation. We have not developed it, so there's a really big community worldwide that is currently developing this kind of SSI stack. And in the middle of the ecosystem, there's a DLT network. And that's what we are building. We currently have a test network in place, and our aim is to build a production ready network by the end of this year. And also our goal is to gain a lot of identity service providers and other issues for the identity ecosystem, because that's also the lack currently, that there are not enough identity service providers right now. But in our consortia, also Verimi is part of it. All the banks are part of it. And we're currently working on deriving the EID into an SSI wallet. So there will be soon a lot of identity providers with them we can start the ecosystem. And also important, we have lots of different software providers. We do not only have the Lissi wallet, but we also have the Isatos wallet, the ministry or the Chancellor Amt. We're currently building an own identity wallet for Germany, and all the software stacks will be working on our ID ecosystem as well. So there's no vendor login. That's really important for us. Here you can see we already have a test network in place with more than 14 with currently 14 nodes, more coming soon. And our project is also about research. So we're doing a lot of research in the area of cybersecurity, in the area of interoperability. We're also doing IP rights review via our partners from Bosch, because we are most experienced in IP right review. And our aim is to have freedom to operate. So we would like to grant a lot of open source. And we must be sure that we can build of it free of any free of any problems. And also most important is doing a lot of user acceptance tests, because in the end of the day, the user is not interested in SSI. He would like to have a solution that works for him. And that is really our aim, building wallets and solutions where the user do not have to care about self-summer identity. It works like every solution. our aim, as you can see, our network is a public permission network. So reads, everyone can read in the network, but writes are permitted. And to have, because we are doing a lot of regulatory use cases on top of it, we need a governance structure for that. And our aim is to build a European cooperative. And we did a lot of research, what is the right governance structure for it. And at the end of the day, we came to the conclusion that a cooperative fits our needs best because we always have a voting principle, one member, one vote. So it does not depends on the capital the members have in this kind of institutions. And the European cooperative is a special body. The law is directly derived from the European legislations. So whether you are in Italy, or in Austria, or in Finland, the same laws apply. And that is really important because we also have members in other member states, not only here in Germany. So that's our plan. We would like to set up this kind of European cooperative in the next couple of months. What you can see here, most important are our use cases. So our aim is to implement more than 35 different use cases. And we have 7 different use case areas, beginning with the e-government sector, where we derive the German EID into an SSI wallet. Also doing electronic qualified signatures. We have a education area. We're working together with our partners from TU Berlin, and the idea is giving a student a wallet, and the student can do in the university whatever he wants. He can apply to become a student in the university. He can get diplomas in his wallet and everything else. In the financial industry, we're mainly working on the use case of exchanging KYC data and doing KYC onboarding in the banks. So as you already have heard, we have a lot of partners in the financial industry. In the industry sector here, our main use case is supplier onboarding. So our aim is to build a wallet for companies where companies can have their commercial registers in the wallet. And once you do an onboarding process with your customer, you only have to click and give your credentials to your customer, and you do not have to exchange a lot of emails. So our use case here, or our motivation here, is really cost savings, because that is a really complex and cost-extensive process. In the e-commerce sector, we're working on a smart checkout process, so where you can easily give certain credentials to your e-commerce shop and also pay with it. In the area of identity and access management, the main use case is single sign-on, just by scanning and QR code, but also physical access. So we're working together with Bosch to allow physical access into buildings. For example, if you are an employee of a company, to access the office building, you always have to show your NFC card. And the aim is to only show your wallet, or even not to show your wallet, because we are also working on Bluetooth functionality here. And the last use case area is eHealth. And in these eHealth use cases, one of the use cases is the vaccination pass, as you can imagine. My last point is the German EID ecosystem. Maybe you have heard of it. The German government, together with the Chancellor, Dr. Merkel, they started its own EID ecosystem, and we ask the public or the private sector to introduce use cases in the private sector. And the first use case that went live is the hotel check-in use case. And with this use case, you only have to scan a QR code and you can onboard into a hotel. And what's really important is also the law changed. So the government is really willing also to change the law to allow self-some identity concepts. Other use cases here are, for example, single sign-ons, opening accounts with Otto, also ordering your new prepaid card with Vodafone, Telecom, and Telefonica. So there are a lot of use cases. Maybe you ask, what is the difference between IDunion and the German EID ecosystem? And to be honest, we are building on the same technology. Everything what we are building in IDunion can be easily plug into the German EID ecosystem. And at the end of the day, this kind of project is to accelerate the process of self-sovereign identity in Germany, and to combine it on a later stage with this kind of showcase identity projects that I've already introduced to you. So unfortunately, we only have 3 minutes left. And Adrian, I hope I would like to hand over to you, and I hope 3 minutes are enough for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Helge. It was quite a journey here, and I would like to introduce you to our Lissi software components. So basically, we offer a different component for 1 hour for institutions, which institutions can use to establish connections, to issue credentials, or ask a user for certain information. And we also have the other side. Then this is the Lissi wallet. This is for the end consumer, where they can store their credentials and then have their trusted interactions with third parties. And talking is easy, so that's the reason I want to actually show a little bit and share my screen here. And that's it. So we're here on our website. I will just make sure that it's a little bit smaller so you can actually see my phone here. And I will show you our demonstration, which is live on our website, and you can do that as well on our website if you want to take a look on your flow, on the different flow of the user interactions here as well. So on your right side, you see the Lissi wallet. I can just authenticate with my thumb, with my fingerprint, or with a PIN as well, up to you. And right now it's empty. I just installed it, reinstalled it for this demo purpose. And here you can see we have an extra part for the demo here, and we have Stadtmusterhausen, so basically a citizen office where you can get an ID card. So let's try it. I could either use the demo on here on desktop or on the phone directly, and we'll just use the phone for now. I clicked on a little button, the phone here, allow the wallet to take a picture and then scan the QR code. As you see, it's super fast, and Stadtmusterhausen, so the citizen office, wants to connect with me. I accepted a connection request. And what happens here basically in the backend is that the institutional agent then says, okay, now I have a connection. Now I can issue a certain kind of credential. This can happen. Basically, you can get this credential on implementing the ID card directly. So reading it via your NFC, the NFC interface, or you can imagine going directly to the citizen office, getting it there. So there are different ways in how you can get it. I can click here on the little arrow and get another further information. As you see, it's kind of dummy data in here, which we use. And now that's it. That's how fast I can get my ID card. Here it is. And you also see here that these kind of steps are successfully taken. So we'll go on to the next use case. And why not get a credit card now? So again, I will get on this kind of camera button. The camera opens. I can scan the QR code and now see the bank now wants to connect with me, the example bank, so to speak. I see here there's a new one. I can switch to the other side and see, okay, they wanted information from me. So let's take a look what kind of information they want. I can see here they all want all the different information from my ID card. And that's fine. It's a regulated case. It's not that they really want to because they have another choice. Banks are regulated and need to do it for the KYC process. So that's what we did. Now we offer them the information from the EID card. And now the bank is checking it and will issue us a credit card if everything is fine. And apparently everything is fine. Also, I got a new credit card, so I will accept that. Awesome. Then why not continue here on the phone with the demo actually? Here is the third step. And now we're at a hotel. We can more or less ignore that side. And we just do it here on the phone now. And now we can have a connection first, and we have proof of identity and a card issuance to get a check into a hotel. Sounds cool. Let's do it. I can click here, continue with Lissi. And as you see, my operating system understands the link, and I can open it with different wallets. So that's what Helge just talked about with no vendor login, right? I can use whatever I want. I personally really like the Lissi wallet. I think it's the best one by far, but you're up to you. You can choose on your own. And now we have established the connection to the Muster Hotel. And again, here, get an information request. I could take a look. Okay, now they not only want my ID card but also my credit card, which is fine because right now I need to pay for my hotel where I want to stay. I think that's fine. Now let's check in, and that's how fast it can actually go. So as you see within this demo, we had like 3 minutes, and we already got an ID card, we got a credit card, now checked in our hotel, and as you see, these kind of informations, they're quite easy, right? You get an information request, you get a credit, you get a verified credential basically issued. Are we over the time?
Unfortunately not, I think.
I still have a little bit more
So
time.
please,
Fine, right?
so maybe a last sentence.
Okay. I thought we have one more minute, but it's fine. Okay, yeah. If you want to check it out yourself, it's lissi.id/demo. So feel free to check out all the other use cases and see by yourself what will be the future of digital identity. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much as well for providing your insights about your projects, frameworks, and initiatives. So thank you for that.